Work, 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 work. In the end, you will have everything you've ever dreamed of. You will have the Bugattis and the Paganis and the Koenigseggs and the jets and the yachts and the houses and the fame. And I know because that's what I did. Right now, currently, as we sit here, if you were to ask me the best way to make money in the world today is to take advantage of the fact that there is a large subsect of the population that not only have all the money, but secondly, don't know how to do a lot of things that most young people already know how to do. And if you can leverage that correctly, you can actually make quite a lot of money. That's the best way to make money in the world. And that's going to change because how to make money changes every 10 or 15 years.
Zavo kicking the outside leg of Tate. He will get. That's cool. Good body kick from Andrew Tate.
Yes, he is. Not really easily too. Needs to really step his performance up now.
The world's best kickboxers, Part 1. Andrew Tate.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into today's story, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss one of our deep dive biographies. Today we're breaking down the life of one of the most talked about and controversial internet personalities of the last decade, Andrew Tate. From his childhood between America and England, to his rise as a kickboxing champion, to the massive online empire he built, and now the serious legal battle he and his brother are currently fighting. We're covering it all. Let's get into it. Andrew Tate's full name is Emery Andrew Tate III. He was born on December 1st, 1986, in Washington, D.C., in the United States. His father, Emery Andrew Tate Jr., was an American chess player who held the International Master title, one of the highest ranks in competitive chess, and he was widely respected in the chess world for his aggressive and creative playing style. Some described him as a trailblazer for African-American players in a sport where black grandmasters were extremely rare. Andrew's mother, Eileen Tate, is a white British woman who worked modest jobs, including catering and dinner lady work, to support her family. Emery and Eileen got married in 1985, and their relationship lasted around 12 years before they divorced in 1997, when Andrew was about 11 years old. Andrew's early childhood was split between different parts of the United States. He spent time in Chicago, Illinois, and also lived for a period in Goshen, Indiana, moving around partly because of his father's background. After his parents divorced, Andrew moved to England with his mother and siblings, settling in Luton, a town in Bedfordshire. Growing up in Luton, the family reportedly experienced financial difficulties, and Andrew has spoken in interviews about facing tough conditions during those years. Struggles that he says pushed him to chase financial success later in life. His father remained in the United States, and Andrew has said that even though he didn't become a professional chess player himself, watching his father's discipline, strategic thinking, and competitive mindset shaped the way he approached life. Sadly, Emery Tate passed away in October 2015 at the age of 56, after suffering a sudden heart attack during a chess tournament. Andrew is the oldest of 3 children. His younger brother is Tristan Tate, born on July 15, 1988, who has followed a strikingly similar path, also a former professional kickboxer, also a businessman, and now also an internet personality and podcaster who goes by the nickname The Talisman. The 2 brothers have been extremely close throughout their lives and have built almost all of their business ventures together. Andrew also has a younger sister, Janine Tate, who was born around 1992. Unlike her brothers, Janine has largely stayed out of the spotlight and is reported to work as an attorney based in Kentucky in the United States. Andrew's education took place primarily in England after the family relocated there following his parents' divorce. He didn't pursue a path into elite academics or chess despite his father's influence in that world. Instead, from a young age, he was drawn toward physical competition. He learned chess as a small child, around the age of 5, and even competed in adult-level tournaments while still young, but his real passion turned out to be martial arts. As a teenager and young adult, he shifted his focus toward combat sports, and by 2005 he had begun a serious career in kickboxing, which would end up defining the next chapter of his life far more than any classroom ever could. Before he became an online personality, Andrew Tate built a genuinely impressive kickboxing resume. fighting mostly out of gyms in Luton and later Bucharest, Romania. He became a 4-time kickboxing world champion across organizations like the ISKA, racking up dozens of professional wins during a career that spanned the late 2000s and early 2010s. While building his fighting career, he also worked ordinary jobs, including as a television advertising salesman, before his kickboxing success gave him more visibility. In 2016, he briefly appeared on the UK reality show Big Brother, but he was removed from the show after just a few days when a video surfaced showing him hitting a woman, which he claimed was consensual and had been taken out of context. Around this same period, he and Tristan ran a webcam modeling business, which later evolved into online courses under names like Hustlers University, and eventually rebranded into The Real World, a subscription-based platform that promised to teach young men methods for making money online, alongside content about fitness, mindset, and what Andrew calls masculine values. Andrew Tate has never been married and does not have a widely confirmed public wife. Over the years, he has been linked to a number of partners, and he has spoken publicly about being a father to multiple children, though he has largely kept the identities and details of his family life away from the media, choosing not to make his romantic relationships part of his public persona in the same way he has built his business and fitness brand. He has generally kept this side of his life private, focusing his public image instead on wealth, business, and his views on masculinity. Andrew Tate's rise on YouTube, TikTok, and other platforms was explosive. By mid-2022, he had become one of the most searched people on the internet, especially among young male audiences, thanks to clips of him discussing wealth, masculinity, and relationships that spread rapidly online. But that same content also drew heavy criticism. Educators, parents, and campaigners raised alarms that his messaging promoted misogynistic and harmful ideas, including comments where he suggested women bore some responsibility for being sexually assaulted, and clips where he made aggressive remarks about controlling or physically dominating women. Following growing public pressure and coordinated campaigns calling for him to be removed from major platforms, YouTube announced in August 2022 that it had permanently terminated the channels associated with Andrew Tate. A YouTube spokesperson stated at the time that the channels were removed for multiple violations of the platform's community guidelines and terms of service, specifically citing its hate speech policy. YouTube also made clear that once a creator's channel is terminated, that person is not permitted to create, use, or own another channel on the platform. Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok banned him around the same time, each citing similar concerns about hateful and dangerous content. In the years since, YouTube has continued to terminate additional channels tied to Tate and his real-world brand whenever they resurface, citing ongoing violations of its policies against previously banned users returning under new channels. The Tate brothers' legal troubles date back to December 2022, when they were first arrested in Romania as part of an investigation into an alleged organized criminal group accused of sexually exploiting women, including allegations of human trafficking. That Romanian case dragged on for years through various stages of investigation and legal challenges, with the brothers denying all wrongdoing throughout. Separately, authorities in the United Kingdom had been building their own case. British prosecutors, working off allegations from women in the UK, formally authorized criminal charges against both brothers in 2024, though these weren't publicly confirmed until May 2025. At that point, Andrew faced 10 charges connected to 3 alleged victims, including rape, actual bodily harm, human trafficking, and controlling prostitution for gain, while Tristan faced 11 charges connected to 1 alleged victim, including rape, actual bodily harm, and human trafficking. Both brothers denied every allegation. The situation escalated dramatically in the summer of 2026. British prosecutors announced a sweeping set of additional charges, 38 new counts in total, 32 against Andrew and 6 against Tristan, related to 4 additional alleged victims who had come forward. Andrew's new charges alone included 7 counts of rape, 3 counts of sex trafficking, 3 counts of assault, and 19 charges connected to indecent images of a child and extreme pornography. Because of these new UK charges, British authorities requested that the United States extradite both brothers, who hold dual American and British citizenship and had been living in the US. On July 18, 2026, Andrew and Tristan Tate were arrested by the U.S. Marshals Service in Miami, Florida, in connection with that extradition request. Between the original UK charges and the new ones added in the summer of 2026, Andrew and Tristan Tate together face a combined total of 59 criminal charges in the United Kingdom. These charges span rape, sexual assault, facilitating trafficking for the purposes of sexual exploitation, physical assault, and offenses relating to indecent images of a child and extreme pornography. On top of this UK case, the brothers also remain connected to the separate ongoing legal proceedings in Romania tied to the original 2022 investigation. It's important to note that these are allegations and formal charges. Under the law, the brothers are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law, and their attorneys have firmly denied every accusation, describing the new UK charges as meritless. Since their arrest on July 18, 2026, both brothers have remained in federal custody at a detention facility in Miami. According to reports, they have been held in a special protective unit rather than the general population, reportedly due to concerns about their safety given the high-profile and sensitive nature of the allegations against them. Their legal team has described the conditions as difficult, at one point calling the brothers political prisoners, and claiming they were held in solitary confinement shortly after their arrest, a characterization prosecutors and authorities have not confirmed in the same terms. The central legal battle happening right now revolves around whether Andrew and Tristan should be released on bail-like conditions while the extradition process plays out, or whether they should remain locked up the entire time. Prosecutors from the U.S. Attorney's Office have argued strongly that the brothers should stay in custody. Their position is that in international extradition cases, there is a strong legal presumption against releasing the person facing extradition, and that this presumption hasn't been overcome here. They've pointed to the seriousness of the UK charges, involving multiple alleged victims and allegations of trafficking and violent sexual assault, as well as claims that the brothers previously attempted to intimidate witnesses during the Romanian proceedings, arguing all of this represents a genuine public safety concern. The defense team, led by attorney Joseph McBride, has pushed back hard against this. Their argument is that the brothers are not a flight risk specifically because they are so famous. Their argument is that with millions of followers and a habit of posting their locations and daily lives on social media, it would be essentially impossible for them to disappear without the world noticing. They've also pointed out that the brothers complied with all of their pretrial restrictions during the years-long Romanian case as evidence that they won't try to flee if released here in the US. A detention hearing to decide this exact question, custody versus release, was originally scheduled, but it has since been postponed. The hearing is now set for August 27, 2026, in front of U.S. Magistrate Judge Lauren Lewis in Miami. At that hearing, both sides will present their arguments, and the judge will decide whether the brothers continue to be held while the extradition case moves forward, or whether they can be released under certain conditions, such as travel restrictions or regular check-ins. Even after the detention hearing settles the custody question, the case is far from over. The United Kingdom has been given until mid-September 2026 to formally submit the full evidence package supporting its extradition request to the U.S. State Department. Only after that evidence is submitted will the broader extradition process move forward through the U.S. federal court system. As of now, no date has been set for the actual extradition hearing, which will be the proceeding that determines whether the brothers are ultimately handed over to face trial in the United Kingdom. Legal experts following the case have noted that this entire process could realistically take months to fully play out, meaning Andrew and Tristan Tate may remain in the Miami Detention Center for a significant stretch of time before any final decision is reached. That's the story so far, and it's still developing in real time. We'll be keeping an eye on this one and bringing you updates as the case moves forward. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you catch our next video the moment it drops. Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who'd find this interesting, and drop a comment below telling us what you think about this case. See you in the next one.